All right, welcome to the weekend video. This is Enda here. I'm going. If you know what I do here, if you've been here before, you know that I look at the markets from an Elliott wave perspective, and I gotta say I am under the weather today. So I'm going to try and keep this I'm going to try and keep this video short and give you an overview of where I think we stand within the patterns that I'm following. Okay, so we'll start at the FX markets. Start in pound dollar. Why not? Here's cable, 5 waves down into wave one. I think at this point we've come far enough to be very close to the end of this wave one down. Um, the reversal this week suggests that there's a little bit more in the tank for a new low in wave five, possibly a new low in wave five below 120. So I'm not going to make any big, overarching suggestions on where that should go, but I know that we have a previous low here at wave B that comes in about 118. So that's a good level to watch, I think, over the next week for a reversal off 118, a completion of wave one and a reversal higher in wave two. That's where we're standing right now. Here's the hourly count. You can see there's a wave four top. We have 5 waves down in wave one. Possible running flat correction wave two. Still kind of undecided about that because the action off that, well, it's been impulsive enough, but not conclusive yet. But possible wave two in place. We should see further downside today in wave three. We'll see whether that comes or not. We should know by this evening. Should know more by this evening. If we break to a new low, below that 120 level, we'll be on. I think we'll be on the track for a 118 low by midweek next week. I think if this pattern plays out as I think it should. Okay, let's move on. Here is euro dollar. Again, 5 waves down in a C wave here. I can't be 100% sure about that either, but for the moment, the pattern is working. It's 5 waves down in wave C of 2. We got a solid internal pattern. We do have a new low, wave A, below wave A, so we're very close to the end of that C wave, but we haven't had, let's say, the action off the low hasn't been terribly impulsive. In fact, it does suggest this week that we have a further low to come in wave 5. And I'll show you that in the hourly count. You can see here possible 3 waves up in wave 4, and then maybe a 1-2 pattern down into wave 5. So we'll see whether that holds out today. This wave 2 has gone on a bit longer than I suggested that it would, but for the moment we still got 3 waves up into a second wave. We should look for wave 3 down pretty soon. Okay, dollar yen. Have been looking for a turn down into wave 4, this large degree wave 4 here, for a couple of weeks now. We got a good initial start there, but we've rebounded almost to new highs, not quite to new highs, but within a stone's throw. But this still counts as an A and B pattern. I'm still kind of let's say grasping for a lead on this one because the action this week has been very, very, very dead in the water. Still looking for that first 3-wave pattern low. Excuse me, first 3-wave pattern lower in wave A. That's the B wave top. Possible kind of expanding wedge pattern wave C here. We've got 3 waves up in wave A, maybe 3 down in wave B. I'm not quite sure about that either. You could also say that that's wave A there. So we've got A up, then 3-wave pattern wave B, and then maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanded wedge pattern, maybe wave C. We haven't broken to a new high. We've held below that wave 3 top all week, so for a couple of weeks now. So yet to decide when this is going to turn down into wave C. So that's what I'll be looking for next week, and we will see. Okay, here is the 4-hour count in the Dow. Looking for that possible 4th wave of wave 3 to hold below that invalidation level there, so 34,280. So that'd be wave 1 of 3, that'd be wave 2, that'd be wave 3 of 3, possible wave 4 of 3, and looking for a new low in wave 5 of 3. Been kind of undecided all week, and then over the last couple of days, then we've turned down reasonably enough, at a good enough clip to suggest that this pattern down into wave 5 is underway. But we'll obviously see over the next few hours. If this is a third wave down in wave 5, then we should extend the pattern lower. We're getting there. We're getting there, but it's been a confusing pattern. I'll just put it that way over the last few weeks. Initial move 1, 2. Let's see if we get an acceleration lower today in wave 3. Obviously, the initial target would be for a break of 32,800, and I did have a lower target there of 32,400, where wave 3 and wave 1, or wave 1, excuse me, wave 3 reaches 162% of wave 1. So I know I've been pointing that out for the last couple of weeks. Let's see how we get there. Let's see how today's pattern goes. If we do get a move, more sustained decline in wave 3 of 5. Okay. At this point in time, everybody and their mother can only suggest that gold is going to go to the moon. I remember a couple of weeks ago I was doing a joke about, coming to a low in gold, and why everybody would be selling at the low, and now of course we've turned higher and they'll be buying at the top here. I'm gonna point out something quite, maybe a bit cause of cognitive dissonance, but we're right back at that level, which has, that 1980 level that has formed kind of reasonable enough resistance over the last few months, or 6 months or so. So if this is a wave 1, which I think it is, I think we should turn lower pretty sharply into wave 2 next week. I think we're probably at that point now where the market needs to what's the word I'm looking for? The market needs to build a corrective bullish higher low here, and a significant one. So I'm looking for a significant decline, solid corrective pattern, maybe back towards 1860 or 1850 again, and let's say all hope to be lost, and at that point a good opportunity to go long again. Right now, I don't, there's probably not a whole lot more in this rally in wave 1. I think we'll turn down into wave 2 again. Of course, with everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks, the horror that has been unleashed on the innocents in Israel. Of course, trouble in the Middle East suggests or screams at people to buy into hedges. Gold has probably been a beneficiary of that at this point. But I don't think this thing doesn't last forever in terms of, an impulsive move peters out and does reverse in a corrective manner. So that's what I will be looking for into wave 2 over the next week. Forgive me if I'm losing train of my thought here. I'm kind of suffering. Anyway, second wave decline, that's what I'm looking for. Of course, crude oil being the beneficiary of that turmoil as well. But let's keep an eye on what is actually happening on the patterns. We do have a corrective move higher. We're holding at a lower high above the previous fourth wave. So we have a bearish impulse wave complete. You could call that, a right-hand shoulder as well. The left shoulder here, right shoulder here, primed for a new decline into a third wave. So that's kind of, although this rally has gone on in wave C, got another bid in the last couple of days, the pattern still suggests this is a lower degree, or a lower high in wave 2, and we should turn towards a sustained decline in wave 3 over the next, let's say, couple of weeks anyway. I'll point that we're at the previous fourth wave. We're also at 62% retracement level, and we shall see. Now, here is the test. Do we turn down into wave 1 of 3 over the coming days? So early next week, that's what I'll be looking for. Decline back in wave 1 again. Obviously, a break of wave A again will boost the, let's say, will be a solid signal that we're turning down into wave 1. Okay, here we go. The 4-hour count in the S&P. And similar to the Dow, we have a possible fourth wave high within wave 3, complete at this week's high. So we had wave 1 of 3, wave 2 of 3, extended wave 3 of 3, most likely an A, B, C pattern up in wave 4, and now at least the price is falling again. We're back within reach of the recent lows. So we've done a lot of retracing of that previous, punchy rally that's happened over the last few weeks. We have retraced a good percentage of that now. You can see that the price this morning is in the futures, in the S&P futures, is holding below that level that I've marked as wave B. So we've got there's your 3 waves up in A, B, and then wave C, 5 waves up in wave C. We had a reversal off that, and then a nice continuation lower this week, or the last couple of days anyway. So looking for wave 3 of wave 5 to fall back, 42.20, 42.30 area. Then a correction and another decline to a new low in wave 5 of 3. So a break of 4,200 again is the minimum target. Kind of suggested ideal target for wave 3 would have been 4,100, but we'll see whether we get there or not. So far so good. Let's see if we can continue lower today to continue the developing pattern in wave 5 of 3. Okay, and silver, pretty bullish bounce in silver overall. It's more or less the same, let's say, as gold, in terms of the fact that we are building, or we've more or less exhausted a 5-wave pattern higher now, and we should build a bullish higher low in corrective decline, bullish higher low before rallying more sustainably over the following couple of months. The hourly count, you can see we've got a possible 5-wave pattern complete, petering out today. We've got a lower high today. It's hard to know whether this is, still part of that 5-wave rally in wave 5 of 1, or whether we go down immediately to fulfill like an A wave decline for wave 2. So we're on that cusp. We're on that kind of let's say pivot point where we complete wave 1 and we head down into wave 2. So the early part of next week, I think, should be dominated by wave 2, and that should give us the longer term opportunity higher into wave 3. And that's the basic run of it. If you like what I do, get over to bullways.org. I'm not selling much. I'm not doing much selling today. I'm not selling myself very well because I've got a bit of a flu. But get over to bullways.org, check out the membership options, or just get on the mailing list. And I do send out stuff quite regularly. The nightly update will be hopefully on time tonight. Uh, I'm feeling like I'm on the mend, but it's always sluggish when you get to my age. You just don't recover as well as you used to. And I'm not that old either. Now, I usually give you the bad news of the markets, and then I give you the good news of salvation. So, salvation, that is the Hebrew word Yeshua, which is what we know, the man, the God man, Jesus, the man who came and paid for our debt, our eternal debt, um, to our Creator. So, over the last few videos, I did kind of like a name studies. Here's a name study that I didn't do, but I think it's Chuck Missler did this. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, um, this was a beautiful one. It's in Genesis. Is it Genesis 8 or something, or Genesis 7? I can't remember. Go look it up. Anyway, it's the genealogy of Adam, or let's say the line of genealogy of Noah, probably, and it's the line from Adam to Noah. And you can see Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah. Um, so 10 actually is the number for ordinantal perfection in Scripture. That's what 10 stands for, ordinantal perfection. 7 is God's, perfection. God's cycle of perfection is 7. But the meaning of the names of the lineage of Noah is just amazing. So Adam, man; Seth, appointed; Enos means mortal; Canaan means sorrow; Mahalalel means the blessed God; El, anywhere where you see El, Michael, Gabriel, it just means God. Jared shall come down; Enoch, preaching; Methuselah, his death shall bring; Lamech, the despairing; Noah, rest. So the names of the genealogy of Noah spell out man appointed mortal sorrow; the blessed God shall come down preaching; his death shall bring the despairing rest. That is the gospel of Yeshua, Jesus, the man God, the blessed God, the wonderful counselor, the mighty God. Man is appointed mortal sorrow, but the blessed God shall come down preaching, and his death shall bring the despairing rest. So belief in the death and resurrection of the man God, Yeshua, turns you from mortal sorrow into rest. And that, my friends, is the gospel. So if you believe that Jesus came, he died on the cross for you, and he rose up on the third day, and you confess Jesus as the Lord of your life, then you are given remission of sins. Then the payment that Jesus made on the cross is applied to you. So I would suggest that maybe you do that. Do that first. Sort out your eternity, and then go enjoy your life. Enjoy your life and do what God puts in front of you. We get up every day, and we can only do what's in front of us today. And right now, I'm going to go and I'm going to take some more medication, and I'm going to eat some lunch. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. God bless you all, and I'll see you tonight on the nightly update, and I'll see you next week in YouTube land. Bye bye.